Now, for the last 20 years, a group of retired men in East Lothian have been working to build a First World War fighter plane replica from scratch. It's called the Sopwith 1.5 Strutter. Now, back in 2015, seems like a very long time ago, before my days on PM, our reporter Chris Vallance visited that team and spoke to Ken Sharp. And back then, they were determined to get the plane in the air by 2018.
Well, we have here a 1.5 Strutter airplane. It's a First World War fighter plane, and it's going to fly. We've been building this for 14 years, a variety of people from a variety of skills, and we built this from the original drawings for 1917, 1916 and 1917, when it actually flew. So it's coming up 100 years, and we'd really love to finish this aircraft on time so it could fly again.
Right. Now, that didn't quite go to schedule. The team says, though, they are now just a month or so away from getting the plane into the air. And I think we can talk to retired engineer Mike Harper, who is the group's chairman. So what state is it in then, Mike?
She's nearly ready to fly. As you can tell, we've had a lot of trials and tribulations since 2015, not least COVID and, unfortunately, our departure from where we were building her in the first place. So
Mike, you can't blame COVID, because you were due to finish it 2 years before.
Of course.
COVID is I know it's the excuse everybody uses at the moment.
Of course. But unfortunately, before COVID, we were faced with an issue where we had to leave where we were building the aircraft and re-establish a new home for her before we started to carry on with the build. And so that's what took the time.
Yeah.
In actual fact, I'm so proud of the team and our ability to deal with that and carry on and get the aircraft in the condition that she is and ready to fly now. And I have to say, we've had a lot of support from very, very kind people out there, people who've been willing to put their hand in their pocket. We still have them. And if not for them and a very dedicated team of men who have great skills and determination, we've got to where we are today.
So when is it actually going to go into the air? And is it safe? I mean, do you know it's going to work properly?
She has been built under the auspices of the Light Aviation Association. So she's been built like any other aircraft. She every single nut and bolt has been checked on that aircraft. It's not a bunch of guys just working away in a shed knocking something together. It's all been done properly and above board. And and that's one of the reasons it's taken so long to build her. We only attend once or twice a week. And it takes time for all these things to come together and be done properly.
Yeah, tell us a little about the people who've been doing that work then. I mean, who is this that are building it?
Well, the Aviation Preservation Society of Scotland go right back to 1973. They were established to help set up the museum in Scotland, the Aviation Museum in Scotland. And they worked in there right up until around about 2017. But unfortunately, there was no more room for them to carry on with the work there. And so we had to find a new home for the completion of the project, which is a couple of miles away from East Fortune, where we started.
What's the last thing you have to do to it to get it ready to fly?
Well, one of the things that's cost us a couple of months is we found out once we got the engine started and ran her up, that the propeller, the bit in the front that makes her go in the air, we discovered that it's not exactly properly tuned to the engine. And so we discovered that we were going to have another propeller built for her. And that takes time. It's a wooden propeller, and there are very, very specialist manufacturers that make them. We've been so lucky that somebody stepped forward anonymously, willing to give us the money for a new propeller. And we're actually sitting, waiting. It's being manufactured right now as we speak.
Exciting.
And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, when we get the prop, we get her bolted on, we get her started, and we run her up. And if everything checks out, then she's going in the air.
Good. Well, we look forward to that, and proud that PM were reporting on this some years ago, and keen to follow the story. So thanks so much for that, and really good luck with it. Mike Harper there.